According to the pattern, now that we've sewn these strips together, now the next step, we are going to take the block, turn it horizontal. So the strips are now going horizontal. And we need to cut them into 3.5 inch strips. This is too big for the stripology. So we need to use a different technique and a different ruler. So the way I like to do this, I like to use this technique because we're going to cut and have just one cut reference line and then use that continuously to cut and have that same reference line. If you can imagine, every single time you make a cut is another time that you have a chance to be inaccurate, right? So if you make one cut and use that same reference, you will have more accurate cutting. So what we do, first thing I'm going to do is just trim off this right side because I'm right-handed. If you're left-handed, you want to do it on the left side. I'm just going to trim this off. It's already pretty darn straight, but I'm going to make it as straight as we can have it. And Gail did an excellent job. Oh my gosh, it's so straight across. So, like, I mean, just trimming this is what I'm doing.
What are you using as a reference though?
Just what I'm doing, good question. I try to line up the ruler lines along the strips.
Okay. Would you move your finger slower?
Yeah, yeah.
Slower.
Along here.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay, and they were very straight.
Okay.
Wednesdays wasn't as straight.
Oh, of course.
I won't tell you whose I used. Okay.
And it wasn't mine, okay?
Now I'm going to use what I just cut. This is the line I'm going to start from every single cut. Now, remember I said we had to have 4 3.5 strips?
Okay.
4 times 3.5 equals 14. Just take my word for it, okay? Right. So I'm going to line up my first cut. I'm going to line up the edge that we just cut with the 14-inch line on the ruler. I'm going to put that line right on top of the edge of that fabric. Okay, I'm going to make one little cut here just to straighten it out on this side too. All right. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to reduce my measurement by 3.5. Okay, so 14 minus 3.5 is 10.5. Take my word for it. So I'm going to slide my ruler to the 10.5 line now. Okay. And this will automatically be a 3.5 inch cut. So I'm going to cut that. Now I'm going to go to the next. 10.5 minus 3.5 is 7. So I'm going to move to the 7-inch
Take her word
line.
for it.
Take my word for it.
And you're doing it from this side.
Yep,
Moving
from
it to
here.
7.
And all of these measurements are in your book too. All of these instructions are in your book at the very last. So I'm going to make that cut. And that's going to be my next one. Now, 7 minus 3.5 is 3.5. So I'm going to move it to the 3.5 line. Line that up. And make my cut. Okay, so now I have all of these done. They're super accurate because I used the